Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be taking a more in-depth look at the New Horizons resident services. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So today I thought we could do a mini analysis of the New Horizons resident services area and talk a little about what we already know. The first and most obvious thing is, this is Tom Nook's new venture and of course the place we will most likely be spending a lot of time at the beginning of the game. Once we land for the first time on our New Horizons island, this will be pretty much the first thing we get to see, along with the two other residents who jumped in on the Nook's Getaway package and moved to the island with us. Here we meet the legend that is Tom Nook, as well as his two nephews Timmy and Tommy. It's at this point we receive the tent and will most likely spend the next several hours deciding the best location for our new home. Of course, it's the inside of the resident services tent where all the magic happens, but first let's take a look at what else is around this area. Other than the building itself, the most obvious thing is of course the classic bulletin board in the top left of the area. Just like all previous Animal Crossing games, this will be the center point for news and goings on. It will no doubt notify us of visitors, sales and even the weather forecast, which is cool. Plus, every time there's a new bulletin to read, a bird will be perched on the top. It looks like when we start the game there will be several things to catch up on. Unfortunately there are some boxes conveniently placed, so we won't be able to read them until we get a little while into the game, most likely once we've set up our tent or something like that. The other interesting thing here is there appears to be a small crafting area in the bottom left. This only appears at the very beginning of the game as it's later removed, so I think maybe this will be the go-to crafting area whilst the Nooks get their tent set up for business. Either that or it's an actual furniture item we can move around later on in the game, but I think a temporary crafting point is more likely. The final feature located on the outside of the resident services are these static megaphone style speakers. I haven't heard anyone mention these things yet, so it will be interesting to find out what their purpose is. I'm guessing they'll be used to announce things like the beginning of a new day, or when a tourney comes to a close and things like that. Now that's pretty much it for the outside of the resident services area, at least at the start of the game. Next we have the resident services itself. Inside we can see Tom Nook standing in the corner, monitoring his crafting bench. It looks as though we can use the bench without actually talking to Nook first, which is pretty handy if you're in a rush to craft something quickly. However, he will no doubt be offering up advice and possibly even a few island settings should we speak with him, much like Isabelle does in the town hall in New Leaf. Next we have Timmy or Tommy, who are in charge of the buying and selling of goods on the island. I believe they take it in turns, with one monitoring the shop inside the tent whilst the other is running around outside. Speaking with them will of course open up an inventory where we can buy furniture or miscellaneous items. It's pretty cool to see the items are broken up into their own sections. I think that will make it super easy to find whatever it is you're looking for. Of course we can also sell pretty much anything we find on the island to the Nook nephews, even the weeds we pick up from the ground, so that's going to be a great way to earn some bells right from the get-go of the game. Unfortunately there's no signs of any clothes at this point, we haven't seen anything about them actually, so maybe the first upgrade to Nook's tent will be a new section for one of the Able sisters. And finally inside the tent we have an ATM or a bell point in the lower right corner, which of course will be the place we can go to deposit and withdraw bells from our banks. Now in past games Tom Nook's stores have always closed at night time, but it looks as though he may be working and available 24/7 on the New Horizons island. In an interview with IGN, Ayakyo Goku, the lead developer, said, "Tom Nook, this time around, he has a place called Resident Services. He tirelessly works 24 hours, making sure that all the residents on the island are happy and are living a good life." Which is just awesome and means we'll probably be able to buy, sell and craft at any time of the day. So yeah, this is all pretty self-explanatory and I think we have a pretty good idea of what we can expect from this area. Of course the Resident Services Centre won't always look like this. It turns out the more we spend and the more loans we pay back, the more Tom Nook will invest in the resident services, upgrading it along the way. In the same interview with IGN, Ayakyo Goku went on to say, whenever Tom receives those debts paid back from the residents and the players, and because these resident services upgrade as time goes on, I think he's investing the money towards the resident services for the residents. So this of course confirms that over time the resident services will upgrade and offer more items and more features as time goes on, much like his shops did in previous games. I guess it's pretty cool to see that even Tom Nook starts out in a tent. So that's pretty much all the information we have right now surrounding the resident services. Of course, we haven't seen anything about any other shops or other special character buildings, so it will be super interesting to find out if these shops will be built here in the resident services, or if this is more like a town square that's solely for the expansion of Nook's store. But we'll have to wait and see for more information on that. So for now, that pretty much wraps up this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any Animal Crossing New Horizons news. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters. You guys rock. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too. And of course, if you got this far in the video, please comment Tom Nook just to let me know you did. That would be super awesome. And please be sure to include if you think other shops will be built here or what else you think this area has in store for us. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.